5 signs that it's a trauma bond and not really love. Now, if you're ready to end unhealthy love patterns and have a healthy long-term relationship, go ahead and comment "I'm ready" in this video below. And hi, I'm Brody Boyd. If you don't know me already, I'm a Magnetize Your Man expert, and I've been helping single men for over 13 years to attract the right woman for them. So I have a unique perspective into what makes the male brain work, which we're going to be going into in this video in relationships. If you like my background, my outfit, the content, or anything else in this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. And also make sure to also subscribe and hit the bell below for more incredible free trainings to attract the man and relationship you want. And make sure to also share this training with a girlfriend or two who you feel could benefit from these powerful dating and relationship secrets. And lastly, listen all the way through for a surprising added bonus at the end as well. So let's go ahead and start with number 5. Sign that you're in a trauma bond and it's not really love is that you secretly crave the drama that your relationship provides. Now, one thing we call this often is attraction anxiety. So oftentimes when you're in a relationship where you feel like there's a lot of anxiety that's being produced, either because they keep pulling away, they're sending you mixed signals, they are ghosting on you, they're not committing. Generally, those feelings of anxiety get translated into a brain where there's a trauma imprint, and it causes you to actually interpret that anxiety as attraction. And that's why it causes you to keep pulling you into it. It keeps pulling you into the dynamic in the relationship where you're having a lot of drama, but then you're also feeling a sense of either subconsciously, potentially, that you're being loved, that at least you're getting attention, at least there's some energy, and maybe if you can heal him, you'll get the love that you finally crave, that you've always craved, that you never got from your parents, your mom, your dad. And that's oftentimes why these dynamics will continue. Now, if I would also, before we continue, love to hear from you. Which country or state are you watching from? So go ahead and comment below. I'd love to hear that as well. Let's go into number 4. Sign number 4 is you are completely captivated by this other person. So there's a term in psychology called projection. And most commonly this term is thought of in the sense of when you have something that you don't like about yourself, that you will project that onto somebody else and it'll cause you not to like them. So oftentimes you'll see people do this with political figures or celebrities, and they'll get really triggered and say, I hate that person, I don't like that person. But actually the reason they're saying that is because they actually don't like themselves. There's a part inside of themselves that they're repressing called the shadow, what Carl Jung called the shadow, and they're judging it, and that's causing them to judge the other person and hate the other person and feel whatever kind of negative emotion it is. Now, the reverse of this is also true, that oftentimes when somebody has a trait that you just love, you love their sense of humor, or you think it's amazing, their sense of communication, their ability to communicate, be the life of the party, or that they are just super strong or super good looking, or whatever that trait is that you love about somebody else that captivates you, it's actually a trait that you have inside of yourself that you've been suppressing as well. It's just another form of projection. So the power in this is to realize that whatever it is you love about that other person, that you have it within yourself, and actually you need to start bringing that outside of you as well. You need to start practicing that trait that you love. Again, whether that's being more extroverted or being more athletic or developing your sense of humor, you have that. Otherwise, you wouldn't love that trait so much in the other person. It's psychological projection. It's like a law of the universe. It works every time. So start to develop that within yourself, and you'll stop being traumatically bonded to this other person. Number 3 is you brush off their bad behavior even if it causes others concern. So a sign that you're in a trauma bond relationship is that you're just, oh, it's not that big of a deal. He doesn't know the impact sometimes of what his words have, or, he's doing the best he can, or, we're all having a lot of stress right now. So look for where are you making that other person excuses, and especially things that your friends are like, man, you got to get rid of this guy, or this is not healthy, or that's abusive. You need to look for those words and realize where you're actually wearing your own rose-colored glasses and only seeing the good inside of him, only seeing the potential, only seeing his intentions or his words rather than his actions and the impact of his actions. Now, if you're liking this content so far, please give it a thumbs up. Again, share it with a girlfriend and subscribe below for more great videos like this as well, more great trainings. Number 2 is you hold on to hope that they can change no matter what they've done to you. So this is similar to the one we mentioned just before, which is you keep holding on that things are going to get better eventually. I can see he's got this good part inside of him, and if we just keep making it through these humps, these next couple of humps, everything's going to get better. We just got to get through this hard time, and I see that there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. Now, this is the trap that a lot of people get caught into, which is being with somebody, starting a relationship with somebody with hopes that they're going to become who you want them to be or who you can see that they could be rather than who they are. It is idealizing the other person and not treating them as the real dysfunctional, potentially human being that they are, and deciding from that place if that's somebody you'd be okay being with. If nothing ever were to change of who they are right now, would you be okay being with them for the next 5, 10, 20 years? And that's also incorporating the fact that they would even want to be with you, or that they would still be doing the things that are frustrating you, such as poor communication, not committing, not helping you to get your needs met, not giving you what you need in the relationship. So really sit with that. Is this person going to give you what you need long term with who they are now? Because that'll give you a gauge of, are you actually having rose-colored glasses with this person, or are you being realistic in the potential that's actually there? Sign number one is you see their best intentions and do not recognize the harm to you. Again, similar as the last two items here, which is you're only seeing what they say. You're only seeing their words. You're not seeing the reality. So you're listening to them and how they're saying, I didn't mean for that to hurt you, or it wasn't my fault. It was because of this, or, I'm just having a tough week, or I was drinking too much, and blah, 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 blah. So they make excuses, or they'll say words to try to distract you from the reality, from their actions, from the impact of their actions. There's an old saying I learned from the book, The 48 Laws of Power with Robert Greene, which is ultimately none of their words matter, not even their actions actually matter. What actually matters is the impact of their actions, because they could even do something and say it was something that was the right behavior, such as they were they were doing the things that you actually told them to do, but they did it in a way where actually it made you feel worse afterwards. Like they went ahead and said, okay, fine, I'm going to clean the kitchen, but then they do it in like a manner that was really aggressive or loud, and it made you actually feel, worse afterwards. So don't even look at their actions. Especially don't look at their words. Don't even look at their actions. Look at the impacts of their actions. How did that actually impact you? How did it impact the relationship? And then you'll know what's actually going on. Because people could even do the right things, but they do it in a way that actually leads to a poor result for you. So I have a question here I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you experienced any of these types of trauma bonds with somebody before? Go ahead and comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've experienced any of this within yourself or with your partner. And now, finally, we have our bonus, which is you both keep ending things and then coming back together. So if you find you're in a relationship where it's hot and cold, it's on and off, and there's breakups, you break up with him or he breaks up with you, but then you find yourself keep getting pulled back together, it's probably because you have a trauma bond with each other. You have something inside of you that is activating a wound inside of him, and he has something inside of him that's activating the wound inside of you. Usually it's because of it ends up looking like an anxious avoidant dynamic where one of you is more avoidant, pushing the other person away. The other one becomes more anxious and more clingy, and that causes a lot of struggle. And sometimes that can switch as well. And so you'll see that kind of anxious avoidant relationship is derived from a traumatic background on your part or on his part, or the ways that you were both raised where you weren't getting your needs met, you weren't getting the attention that you needed. So you're going to have to do deeper work to start to heal that, so that you can be a secure within yourself and be able to love yourself and to hold your boundaries, so that you can actually have a healthy relationship where there isn't this dynamic moving forward. Now, if you'd like to take our free relationship diagnostic to attract the man and relationship you want, you can take that now at our website, mymquiz.com, or also put the link in the description in the comments below this training. So awesome. Hope this was helpful. And lastly, if you haven't seen it next, I highly recommend watching next my video on when a man deeply loves you, he'll start saying these 5 things. So what are the things he actually says when he really authentically loves you and it's not a trauma bond type of relationship? So again, click that video, check that out as well. Much love, and I'll talk to you again very soon.